All right, Maximus Analysis here for August 4th, 2015, 4 p.m. close. We see that the Dow still looking a very weak, the weakest out of the three. And we can see that the Dow was pulled down by Apple. Okay, Apple had a bad day today, continuing to be under the 200-day moving average. Again, if we see a pop into it, could be something to short. Right now, you're starting to hear some real foolish talk. People saying, "Oh, Apple's under the 200-day moving average. Their company is broke." I don't equate what's happening with the stock on or this chart based on my opinions of what I like, if I like Apple products or not. Apple is more flush cash than some countries, but at the end of the day, I'm not going long this, or I'm still looking at this sideways consolidation type of movement, and understanding that at the end of the day, this has moved sideways and it's breaking down. So to say about Tim Cook and all that stuff is you're just selling yourself short. Just trade the chart. You also have Goldman, which is in the in the YM as well. If it breaks below this low, that's kind of an interesting intraday type of movement. You can see it popped up and then closed near the lows of the day. So we want to see how that one plays itself out. We got the ES continuing. It touched 2180, so 8150. And again, I said, okay, let's see if they're going to hold this. And every damn day they've been. It seems like whenever they get to anywhere close to it, they start this V bottom bullshit. So again, you can see. Last time it touched the 2080 area, it shot right back up, got a little close. They try to shoot it back up, faded a little bit into the close, but we'll see what happens overnight. Not holding anything overnight, especially with the way this price action has been going. You can see it was a very choppy day. Again, I posted some stuff on Twitter. Let me see if I can get this stuff off so that you don't have this blue tinge going on here. Okay, so intraday, it was very difficult. You can see this is today's action. It's just all of this, and it was pretty rough. Okay, so again, if you got chopped up a little bit, it is what it is. It was definitely a choppy day on ES and crude. Took a couple dings, ended up being down a little bit today, but nothing crazy. But nothing followed through. So again, we'll see what happens on the daily time frame to say, okay, this is the midpoint and it's above that. Let's see if they can break above this 2110 area, 2115 area. And the reason why I say those, I think somebody commented on the video, which I love. Again, I like to have some type of feedback. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking into space. Is that I need them to show me with price more than just a break above, because I don't trade breakouts. I need them to show me price above a certain level before I will get convinced to go to the long side with anything. So again, false breakout, and let's see where they go from there, because again, they've had a couple bars down, 1, 2, 3, volume not that bad, but again, they need to hold that 2880 area, which is the low of this candle right here. So we'll see how this one plays out. Again, the NQ is looking good. Also remember that you have Priceline earnings in the next couple of days. I think it's tomorrow, and you also have Tesla earnings. So we'll see what happens with that. But it's still layering above this previous area, so it's still looking good. And again, a break of a high would be, this is the best looking one out of every one. IWM, small caps. Again, giving a little bit, but again, if it doesn't clear this 125 area, I'm not looking for any bullish type of reaction to this. Okay, the volume has decreased. It's for the sell side, but again, just because you get one buyer's bar or break of a high doesn't mean that you immediately go long. And again, you look at the weekly for this name, you can see that it's giving you a pretty significant sell signal on this bar, so it would have to clear above this 125, 126 area. So again, to understand why I say certain things versus me just saying it. Again, you have the crude action. Again, it just given no little inside bar. And again, this was a really choppy day today. Again, I will show you the 60-minute so you can see how, it just kept dinging, sold off into the kind of the close-ish area. But it was just dinging stops, just long wicks, and never followed through. But then still holding this 40 612 area that I have as some potential resistance. And again, if it continues to the downside, I will be shorting intraday. And again, if it pops back above, again, I'm intraday, so I don't want to give you guys my synopsis on that. You can follow me on Twitter regarding that. But as far as crude being in a trend, it is down. Netflix, again, I told you, popped up. You have Priceline, again, popped up as well. You have LinkedIn looking oversold here, but continuing. But again, I wouldn't be, again, if you're not short, so don't get short here and then say, oh, when it gets back up to, you get short around this area or break of this low. That's just somebody saying you just want to give somebody your money, because if they pop up to here, you can't say that, look at the declining volume here. And that doesn't mean that you try to look for a double bottom or whatever, but if you're in the short, you peel some off, or you just roll your stop down based on maybe the previous day's highs and go from there. We have, I think I had Tesla, Netflix, Priceline. Again, you can see that one shot up today, but we have earnings, and there's going to be a ton of IV in those options. So again, they're going to pump them up. So it's going to be about 4 or 5 grand, even for the weeklies at the monies. And we'll see where that goes. Again, in the weekly, it doesn't look bad at all. And this would be some people looking at the cup and handle pattern, I guess. I look at it as I would love to get this dip, and I'm not worried about any cup or saucer or any shit like that. So again, we'll just continue to look, and again, they held up some of the Dow names with Coca-Cola. Again, it's still, higher bottom, fine, but you can see that they're ramping this one up. I think they had American Express got a little pop, I think. Not really. So again, a lot of these Dow names, there wasn't one over $1, and again, the Apple took the majority of it. So again, I'm going over my time, but hopefully you guys are getting something out of this. But we will continue to look and see what they do now, because the futures will not lie. Okay, they can throw around thousands of puts and calls with these big names, but the futures will at least tell us what's going on. So again, if they break this 2080, we're going to look for some continued follow through to the downside. If they pivot and go up, I will still wait, because again, you cannot discount all of this price action that we've been in. Okay, the high, this is about the first of the year. So we're right here. We're basically, if you held from the first of the year through all of this, you're still basically at break even with a tight ass range. So let's see where they go, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Take care.